Good morning, Libras. Good morning from Houston. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot. Here to do your reading for January 1st through the 15th of 2019. The new year is amongst us. I'm really feeling great, especially as it pertains to carrying out this reading. I'm just really feeling great vibes about this reading. If you are a Libra by Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, this video may be for you. Any cross watches on in the video, at any point, welcome. There may be messages just as important for you dealing with a Libra, alright? So, I don't really need to say, y'all know what to do if you're resonating with this reading or any of the other readings that you may come across from me through looking back on the page or looking forward to future ones to come. You're gonna show love. You know what that means. So, be it alike, be what have you, be whatever other means. I would appreciate you showing your love, and I'll keep it there. Now, for this general reading, I'm really feeling like we're about to get to some juice and some guts. Like for a general reading, as I was shuffling the Gypsy Oracle deck and pulled, well, not really pulled, but what fell out, the letter card, cheerfulness, like I really feel like we're about to get some tea, Libra, on what's going on. I don't know how general this may be, we'll see. On the bottom of the deck we have Journey. So we have some news coming in, okay? So we have some news coming in that is divinely timed, that is being delivered by guides and ancestors. This is a card of relayed information that is essentially dealing with the heavens. It's honestly how I perceive, the messages coming into physical form with this arm. All you see is the hand, of deliverance, if you will, with quite a beautiful bouquet of flowers behind it. But yeah, it's, to me, symbolic, the mystery behind this hand here. Tied in with the setting, being in a home, being, around all of these other physically manifested objects, okay, and these tangible objects. This is the deliverance of blessings, of coming into happiness and desires, to coming into senses of wish fulfillment, so on and so forth, in the physical sense, like these things are being delivered. Like, there are other cards where, for example, if we had pulled the conversation card tied with the cheerfulness card, for those of you who are familiar, I could have totally just felt like, yeah, all right, so the heavens, the mothers are still working on this. The answer is yes to all that you seek, but the mothers are still working on this. This sort of divine timing hasn't really allowed the manifestation to trickle down yet, whereas, say, post-conversation, decisions being divinely made in order to bring you karma or justice or what have you, is the deliverance of such. And with the cheerfulness card, I strongly feel, Libras, I strongly feel that this is you coming into a period of celebration. I sense from what I'm getting from this card, there's a lot of hard work put into coming into feeling so good about yourself and what you are accomplishing and the endeavors that you will take on. Okay? Just to give some more relation, for those of you who are familiar with the Gypsy Oracle deck through any means or just through seeing, my videos, there's a card of joyfulness, right? We have three individuals who are locked in arms or hands rather, by the hands, and they're just happily dancing in this field, and things are light and things are fun and things are playful and things are in certain regards innocent, right? In comparison to that, we have a similar situation, right? Where there is a man with two women, just as it's represented in the card. That's all, okay? And they're choosing and they're celebrating, and there's a sense of merriment there, a grand sense of merriment. And you can tell from the background that they're celebrating in, what seems to be a nice dining room, a nice room of entertainment. You can even notice, you see the golden chandelier as well. And in this suit that he's in, you sense that this is a man who has worked for some sort of prestige. You sense that, it's the whole man in the suit air, all right? And these ladies that he's with are dressed beautifully. You could only assume that, that what they're dressed in is just as expensive as whatever else surrounds the room, like whatever he has spent his own money is on. And there's just a sense of work behind that. Whereas it's not, where things for you, whether it be work situation, love situation, dealing with family, what have you, where, there were light periods similar or synonymous with the joyfulness card. There seems to be a milestone you've come to, like so much has changed for you now that actually some of you may feel weathered. Some of you may feel really tired. Some of you are looking back and realizing what you have endured. And it's allowing you to recognize your newly acclaimed status and step into your newly acclaimed status here. We're gonna pull some more cards, but January seems to be the time that the universe is really saying, all right, we are going to literally manifest this co-creation we've been working on before your eyes, and this is what you're about to step into for the month of January, all right? And with the journey at the bottom of the deck, it just affirms more where you've come from in 2018, especially towards the end of 2018, all right? I can also say, before I even pull any more cards, that some of you, this is a message from the universe that you are becoming aware of, or maybe have already just accepted, and that's what's gonna bring such success for you and such celebration in 2019, is that, some of you may have been involved romantically in a compromising situation, a multiple party situation, a situation where there wasn't much commitment. It could have been a literal third party that's denoted in this card too. And what I see, Libra, is you actually being the gentleman who's standing and choosing next to the two women in this card being the person you were with and whoever they may have been dealing with outside of you. Just that other person, but you're the one who's standing tall, and you're the one who's giving the cheers, and they're the ones who are sitting, and they're the, it's a message that you have victored, were victorious over a situation that once caused you, much sickness and pain, sadness. like physically manifested illnesses or diseases, you know, from your thoughts, from, you know, just the way you were internalizing your experiences with a certain person. That's what it has caused for you. Oh, what was this? So I feel like I'm getting a little bit of energy from the other person. Now, some of you may be dealing, or may have been dealing with, if we're going to talk about a sign, some of you may have been dealing with a Leo. Some of you could have been dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius, Aquarius. Yeah. And it's interesting because, okay, so with that being said, I see that as it pertains to you coming out on top of a situation, really making your life work for you again and stepping into your blessings, that through people's acknowledgement, and particularly this person's acknowledgement, because I'm really sensing now that many of you have just decided to leave someone behind very recently because of a situation that was staggering your growth and also just compromising your emotional well-being and what you would attract in the future. You have somebody who, okay, so we've got the wedding card here. So yeah, you have somebody who's feeling a little egotistical in a sense. There's a sense of pride they felt when they were with you, okay? And now that you have turned your back on them, like, I guess they feel, or that's how they're feeling about it, and they feel like they are kind of doing the same thing to you too. The way, you know, the way they're just looking in the opposite direction, and come to find out of this card here symbolizes that there could have been an offer that was rejected. Okay. Or it could also be that, like, a legitimate offer, proposal of marriage, or just something that was so solid in bond, you know, something that was just so solid in bond that you know, they wanted to build something with you, start over with you somehow, some way. And like, that was rejected, that was turned down. And it's interesting because whereas in the wedding card, I could easily, because in some readings you could also denote this for third party energy, I see it as not that in this case. Which is interesting for the readings that, you know, this card's been coming up in, because it's like someone's kind of cut the shit. Someone's just kind of decided, I guess, that they don't want to be a person anymore that compromises you and your love, because they're coming around and realize, like, damn, you are fucking bad. And you may have been told that by this person, you know, and they're still contacting communication. They're still contacting communication within your understanding of being victorious. You know, I don't feel like, let's get a clarifying card, but I don't feel like you maybe have to revert to some of the old things you did to, you know, to make this person feel a certain way. Like, you don't really care about how they feel anymore. You're not really concerned with, you know, that's not hindering your growth anymore. So you're still able to communicate with this person. Yeah, you're still able to communicate with this person through a change in circumstances, seriously. Like, so this misfortune card upright, this misfortune card upright really just tells me that you've shaken the foundation on things that pre-existed and had someone else like very comfortable and set. All right. The Tower moment has occurred, though it's not reversed. But also within it not being reversed, that, you know, y'all still have like an amicability, y'all still have a love, you know, y'all still have some energy, some vibes, okay? You do. Though you are choosing to move on from that, like you're being real with yourself about it, but you're moving on from that. They see that and it hurts. But it's only to create a new foundation for you. Now, if this person wants to be a part of that, I do sense they're coming correct. Okay? I do sense that they're coming correct and wanting to build something. And this not literally not pertaining to third party energy, but that person wedding y'all in some type of bond and commitment here. Okay? Now, as you see this man here in the corner with his hose, I don't want to see, let's go ahead and say it. You could say these hoses are pretty futile. All right? Because the little bitty pew pew, like the little streams, that's cute, right? That's really cute that they're using those pew pews to go ahead and try to put out this flame, but it ain't working. You got people still jumping from the top of buildings and shit. Like, they got to get the fuck out of here. Like, apparently this is not going down what the firemen's trying to do here. No disrespect to any firemen out there. We're just doing some tarot. So, yeah, I feel like that's the attempt of, you know, this person you've left behind trying to stop this shit. Like, they're trying to stop you. They don't want that. They don't want to see you go. So these and with these attempts to kind of keep you around and bring you back, it's only reminiscent to me of breadcrumbs, and you're tired of that, and you're like, no, I'm gonna burn this shit down and I'm gonna rebuild. They have a fear of not being a part of your life when you do so. I have a feeling that you will keep them around. But yeah, you're on some new shit. So I want to now I want to see what's up, what you're stepping into. What are your options? What are the possibilities? What are the, you know, what's more of this letter card here, this energy that we're getting? I'm going to pull 2 cards for that, lay them down here. We pull a few goddess guidance for that, and then we're going to do that. But then I'm also wanting to see what's up with this reconciliation situation, like how you plan on having. Wow, speaking of, look what popped out. I was just wanting to see like how you plan on going about. Ooh, this is fucked. Oh, excuse my French. Because, all right, now we've just got like 3 threes out here, okay? Which is really kind of making this reading a little bit more interesting. We got 3 threes. Oh, this is gonna be a long reading, Libra. So with the 3 threes, I mean, as far as the reconciliation situation goes, like, let me put it to you like this. What I'm seeing now is like, okay, so the offer isn't, you know, like, you're still seeing through the shit of the offer, which is why you're saying, all right, look, I'm going to continue doing me, because not only does this feel good and satisfying and I see what I'm moving towards, but on that same token, you can't give me what I need. And that lingering intuitive notion that you have, like, you really have to hold on to that, because with the joyfulness card coming out, you know, after the wedding card, what I'm seeing is this person wants to build something solid with you. They don't want you to go. They want to make you number one. But see, to me, when it comes into numbering, like the moment it even gets to me having to be your number one, that means that there's a 2, possibly a 3. Like, you can say I'm yours, but if you're going to say I'm your number one, that, okay, so who's 2? And if it's just me, why are you numbering? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, with this joyfulness card coming out, yeah, I think they wanna. Let's see, because I want to know: is this really them not giving up being a hoe? Essentially, this is all what I'm gathering. That's why I'm like, this is effed, because you know, this person could just be going out and being an emotional hoe or a physical hoe to get over the fact that you're moving on from them. For very, for some of you, I feel like very few. And the more I feel on this, oh, okay, Lover. So yeah, I was gonna say, like, the more I feel on this, it's like, is it them still wanting to have their cake and eat it too? But you see how I talked about the more, like, mature form of the threes in this sense? The more mature form? Yeah, it's like, well, this is you, but I'm just, example of the more mature form. I feel like this is what they want with you. And for some of you, this is just like this silly little innocent, like, frou-frou on the side, like, where they still may be seeing other people, sleeping with other people. But you're boo, you're bae, you're, which is Danish for turd, by the way, so I really don't use that word. I hope y'all know. But yeah. But then, when I revert to the bottom of the deck again, just following energy, and that was after shuffling, the Lover card comes out. So it makes me think that, okay, yeah, so for some of you, this just may be like them getting like a little bit more like playtime out of their system, maybe like a slower process, or maybe them beginning to see like what's important and what's not important. Because, yeah, when the Lover card comes out, they are set on you. Like, you are the apple of their eye. I think you know that, and I think you want that. I think you're being very serenaded by this guitar here. Just saw the gift card. Oh, okay, that's too many. Just saw the gift card, and I just have to say that, wow. Tying that energy into this reading, there's something beautiful to be gained here. Wow, okay, all of these flipped out. Oh my God, I gotta read them. Two avenues here. So we got 4 cards, 2 avenues. And so when I said I saw the gift cards, so there's beautiful opportunities here. All right. So here we have Fortune and House. So when we look at the board, and it's easy to kind of sit there and say, when I say easy to sit there and say, I mean, it's easy to sit there and say how we want certain things like to happen, and yeah, and then like the rest is just like the work to see it, and then like that's where like the hard part, that's where it really kicks in. But when I get to read something that's coming in for someone, that's just easy for them to say, but hard for them to like wait for it. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it made sense to me. It is powerful because at first when I'm reading, I'm like, all right, so, and I think I'm pulling up some insecurities for, maybe some insecurities that may lie within the subconscious of some Libras here. Because I think you may be feeling that someone is not changing. I think you may have some concepts of the past that are still around as it comes to like, okay, well, if I'm going to come back around to this person and deal with this person, like possibly, but I still haven't forgotten about this, XYZ. They know you haven't forgotten. And from pulling the Fortune card and the House card, they're trying to make amends. Like when I say they want to come and build with you and offer you, like, and how you could really have a fruitful new beginning with someone, that's what y'all could have. But I feel like this person may be like, this could be us, but you're playing kind of thing. you know, because they support you in your forward movement, but they also kind of think you're playing, because they're like, in a sense, like, I'm changing for you, and it's like like that's what they're saying. Like, I'm getting the energy that this is a person that's like, I'm changing for you. I have changed for you. They're telling you all the ways in which you inspire them and motivate them. Like, they see that house burning down, but they're like, yeah. And I think where it may have started off by what appears to be the futility of these hoses here, what it's turning into is them realizing, like, okay, that shit ain't working. This house is just, still ablaze. That is just not working. So what do I have to do? I have to come in, okay? And I have to really talk about things that matter, and that's going to change the game. Because if this person is trying to start new here, and if this person has moved on from my Shaw, if this person has moved on from that, I need to come in talking about what they want. They want balance. They want stability. They want security. They want comfort. Okay? This is what I have to come with. Because I was coming with that BS, is what they were saying. And this is how they were feeling, because they knew what they were doing all along. And that's why they, you know, a lot of you, like I said, are receiving not just communications, but gifts. Y'all could have like had some contact during the holidays, spent some time together during the holidays. I'm even seeing like cozied up somewhere to where, yeah, you may have been a little bit cut off, but still connected with this person to the point where, you know, and I think that's like why they feel this energy of, they know that they're gonna have you. Or, ooh, that just really came out. But that's, I think that's their mindset. Because, yeah, they're like, all right, so I need to come with that, right? And remembering fun with this person, being light-hearted and carefree, like they're coming and really trying to turn things around, and they think you're playing. And then, you know, there's the c'est son, c'est son. You know, there's all that too. Like, they want to play with you. They want to love on you while y'all are building this future together. And this is where that whole plan energy comes in. Because I think they're talking big money plans with you. I think they're talking finances with you. I think they are... I think they're ready to take a chance with you. Ready to take a chance with you. I feel like they have nothing to lose. They know what you want. Stability, comfort, security. And they can provide it. Now, I don't know what they were unsure about at first. And when I'm seeing these threes, three threes, you know? They're sorry. They're sorry. They're sorry. They really are sorry. That just came through, y'all. But as I look at these threes, you know, I'm just seeing soulmate, soulmate, soulmate. There's some, you know, there's been confusion and indecision of like where exactly each of you wanted, you know, things to go. I feel like each of you has put on face and been very afraid of completely being vulnerable to the other. But are you going to open up, or are you going to continue? And the other two that came after that were enemy and young woman. Okay? And it just so happens to be how I laid out the cards. So I'm keeping this. I don't know if you really can't see it. I'm just gonna do a quick little. Yeah. There we go. So on this end, where you have towers crumbling, where you have, the manifestations of illness through mental instabilities and emotional instabilities, and the enemy card, where I specifically take this to be, sometimes I can pull like thief card energy from this, but in this sense, this enemy card is someone who is like stalking you in a way. Like, and it's no hatred, it's no maliciousness. They love you, okay? So don't take the name of the card to be so literal. But that's you, okay? Just gonna let you know. And this is Boo, peeking behind a tree, plotting to make his moves, okay? Next step, next step, next step. And it's interesting because the other side of that, the young woman who is like not dying down on her mission, okay? She's not wavering. You could get with it, or we could just, do something else. It's not going to be this, right? But I feel like someone's planning to meet you there, and you don't realize it because they are changing too. And where they have been on a level that you felt was just like vibrating lower than yours in many ways was, and they realize that too, and that's one of the reasons why they look to you with such awe and amaze, is because, they see where you vibrate. And they may have said things to you too, like, little nothings like, I know you think I'm stupid, or I know this, or I might not be as smart as, because this is the energy of the person who's got it all and is about to go out there and take on the world and is reborn again, purified, cleansed. Not starting off from baby energy, because she's very much grown into a young woman, but this is coming back to that point with the knowledge that you have, with all of your lessons. You're not starting from the child card. You're starting from a person who's transformed, And this person, kind of scraggly, in the dark, is like looking at you, walking away, because it looks in these two cards like they're facing the opposite direction. And I think, Libra, that may be your perception of things. But like I said, you still have feelings for them. And I feel like all this that's on the table, literally what's on the table right here. I feel like you already know. And I think in January, like what's popping. For you and for love. Because I do feel like some of the things that you want to happen in your life do involve this person to some degree. It's really weird. But yeah, although it looks like they're facing opposite directions, not looking at each other, when, you have the context, sorry guys, got distracted by something. But yeah, when you actually look at the way he's spying on over there, like following and lurking, he's coming to meet you, okay? And where you may have been hostile before, whereas, like the energy of him drawing his sword or like, you know, coming to draw his sword. I feel like that may have been energy before that, you know, this person had towards you, male or female. Like, I don't want to say hated you, but like literally as much as they loved you, something just made them, you know, kind of feel that way. But whereas to now it manifested in the sense of like they're willing to cut somebody who will compromise them being with you. And I think they're okay with having you in their life under your terms. I'm sure they may have terms too, but they, you know, they want to do the thing with you. You get to dictate how that works out. So other blessings as we were talking about, you know, to be coming from, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, wow, okay. So 3 cards came out. I was gonna pull 2. Yeah, it's just as far as outside of this relationship, what are you doing? What are you looking forward to? What are you coming into with this letter card energy? Death. So we've got death, servant, priest. So with death, servant, and priest, January is where I'm seeing your hard work paying off in the ways of you being recognized for what you've given to a romantic interest. Like, everything just completely changes with what someone gives you, how they view you, how they treat you, how they see you, how they love you. Okay. I see that many of you will, you know, and that part does pertain to love, it's just there. But I also see that many of you many of you also have stopped putting work into a lot of situations that have exhausted you and worn you out. So some of you may be switching jobs. Literally, not just switching jobs, but getting out of the field you're in. I think you're, like, some of you have just been in this cycle of a field that has burnt you out and not brought you much satisfaction. And maybe some of the monetary concerns in the past have been an issue with certain relations you've had with friends or old partners. I think some of you were just actually so overworked recently. And I don't want to say to no avail. And I don't want to say you're not patient, but you're not manifesting things fast enough. So for a lot of you who may have thought about becoming an entrepreneur, starting your own business, your own startup, or anything like that, you're feeling like this may be a really good time to do it, or you want to do it soon. And you also realize that with doing that, you know, it takes money to make money. That's why people like still obviously like work while they're doing those things. And you're just kind of like, well, fuck, I'm tired of like busting my ass for shit to come as slow as it does. Like, what's going on? Because, like, you know, the money you're bringing in that's helping you invest in your future, like, you just need a new career path for change. And you've been thinking about this, and I feel like the universe has been guiding you on this journey of realizing that you received a lot of confirmations of what could work out in love, but you may not have necessarily trusted how things will work out for you with your job. May have caused a bit of complacency, all right? And you're like, screw it, I'll just move on this slow moving train and make my money and just be frugal and manage. Like, you've been like putting yourself in so many other ways, like through so much, to even part in the fact that you should be moving on and aren't. And not saying you don't love this job, not saying that there aren't great people, certain great perks and benefits that you have. The universe is saying, take a leap of faith, because, in every facet of the hard work you've been putting out, you have what you're waiting for, or, will want to receive from that, like right down the other end. So that's why I'd say it's for love and for work too. So, with the young woman, I'm sensing now, I feel like within that energy, part of you, Libra, being at this crossroads, being at the crossroads where you are with other things in your life outside of love, like that could be one of the determining factors of you. You're just not caring. You're like, I know what I went through with this, so I'm not going to prioritize this person anymore. I have other things to fucking worry about. I'm unhappy with this. I'm unhappy with that. Things are moving too slow. I maybe have changed my friends. I maybe have changed the places that I go to. I maybe have changed certain habits. But, am I feeling like I'm fully contributing in a job, and do I feel like I'm getting fully compensated from what I'm contributing to a job? Like, the job you'd fully contribute to is the one that truly speaks to your soul, which a lot of you are probably trying to get into counseling, or just doing something freelance, or create something and do, and yeah, you just have like so much on your plate that you're like, okay, so how does this work where I still do this and not miss this great opportunity with this person who is becoming the person that they need to be for them and the person that they should be for you. Some of you need to meditate. Some of you, there's just like a sort of counsel that I'm seeking, or that I'm sensing, like counsel. Like I said, meditate. Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So knowing what to do, taking appropriate action. This is from the Goddess Guidance deck here. I feel like when we know what to do and we're still indecisive, which happens often as human beings, it's like we need to take some time to really think and feel and meditate on what we want. And don't take delay with it. Like, if you know you love somebody, go out there and get that. And trust me, you can still do you and grind and shine. And, create new things from a person where you may have thought for a while that it wasn't going to work out, but then like, hey, what did you want and what did you manifest it to work out? And it is. So we've also got Sarasvati, the arts. Express yourself through creative activities. Like I was saying, some of you, the cards tell no lies, child. Some of you really want to get out there and create and express and do you and put yourself out there in a way that will bring you some coin, okay? Because and it's not about that, but it's just, it is about, it's not about that, but what it's about is this being your calling anyways, okay? This is you doing what you care to do and would like to do. And support yourself. Like, that's what it's about. Because I am sensing that, yeah, though this is talking about just expressing yourself through creative activities, as far as other means of expression to, taking the next step and figuring out, okay, no, screw that. This is where you need to be, Libra. I'm not even going to go deeper into this. Your card. Shit, this is your card. No. Libra. Get out there and do you. And don't think that and it doesn't have to be you turning your back on anyone to do that also. So get out of that mindset. And also have a little patience. Take it from this Taurus sun here. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Everything's occurring in perfect timing, y'all. And the way all this is looking and lining up for you, it is everything that you have wanted. And let's see what's going to go on with this work. Because, all right, we're talking about you changing paths here. We're already at 46 minutes. I'm here with y'all, Libra. I think y'all videos tend to be the longest, I think that was the case last time, too. That's just how we roll. I hope y'all love it. But I want to get some more about work because, I feel like this is really the determining factor in what you're going to do in giving out offers or accepting offers as it pertains to love. But you got a lot of strong energy here with someone who wants to build and create with you. And I just want, because I personally just get the notion that this is where it all comes together for you. This is where you get the house, the love, the security, the comfort, the home. Some of y'all have pets or are going to get pets. Y'all are really going to do the thing, the family thing. Someone wants to commit to you. They want to, lay off the foolish ways and stuff. But, that being said, I also feel as though this is where when it comes to your career path, that shifted too. Because part of you even being happy, okay, a card just went the other way as I shuffled. So, if it comes up, we don't know if it's going to be reversed or upright. But, yeah, it's you really... Where was I? It all goes back to just you being comfortable with where you're working and your happiness there, because it ties into, the contacts you make, the people that you meet, the other avenues that you're extending your energy. The creative force and just the workforce, the force of any type of interaction is always gonna, on a grand scheme, is always going to be, quite influential on your life and dictate other things, on a micro scheme, a one-on-one relationship, okay? So while we do focus on love a lot, I think we should also remember how much our happiness or unhappiness with our career and finance really affects that. Because truly that does come... It kind of comes first. Not first, but first, yeah. I mean, you can't really find love until you feel comfortable, right? Ooh. Dun, dun, dun. January. All right, I'm going to tell you right now. Some of y'all... Okay, so I'm seeing this right now. Libra, some of y'all are the ones with options too. Let's not get this twisted. Oh, shite. And you got somebody who's coming in with some Page of Cups type energy. This is literally, this is my new suitor card. When this pops up, and especially just depending on, how the reading is going, that's somebody coming in to try to take the cake. All right. Somebody wants you. And I'm not talking about this prior person here. And that ain't even what I asked about. But I know what it is. Okay, this is what fell out. Conversation. Journey. So we asked about work. Scholar. Okay. So when it comes to work, we've got conversation, journey, scholar, and merchant. And we're gonna wrap up this video hopefully before an hour, y'all. We're at 50 minutes. I love y'all. Some of you need to go ahead and just go, like, I see teaching for some of you. I just put that there. I see, because I just pulled that, and we'll get to this in a second. I see teaching for some of you. Like, learning a new craft, okay? I see this being a lucrative time to learn a new craft, or like further your learning in a craft, and literally become a teacher, a guide, a counselor. This is the time to really hone in on crafting your skills. So now, not everybody can afford to just, if they're unhappy with the job, just not work and focus on what they want to do. But for those of you who can, do it. Clearly. I advise you to follow your dreams all the time. I will prescribe that on this channel. I will prescribe that. But for others of you, which I would assume the majority, because like me, I can't just quit my job and, no ma'am. I think that the next endeavor you take should be one of a trade in that case. A trade where you're learning and interacting and then can step into like a supervisory role in that field, because with the merchant, I'm getting some finance energy here. And I feel like in some ways of trade and finance, you could go that way. End up giving TED Talks. Like, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of different things for a lot of you. Teaching, taking a trade, finance. That's interesting, because who would think that, finance would be like fun, but if that's your dream, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm a fool, I know. But yeah, I like the money sector for some of you apparently is calling. I do see teaching, I do see spiritual healing. See some of you, if you aren't already, becoming Reiki healers, Reiki masters. I keep getting guided meditation as well. Like, y'all are really going to be teaching classes on spirituality or money. And with the scholar card and the conversation card, like when I look at those two together, it's like, yeah, it's like you learning. Like, say you become a licensed Reiki healer, like as I am, as I've done last year, it was. You're learning and you're getting very valuable knowledge and soul and energetic connection through the course, the courses and the experience. And as that's bringing you to your higher truth, like, that's something you're going through, experiencing. When you complete it, you've been attuned, or had your attunement, you can begin to go into that field, and you are healing, and you are teaching, and you are counseling and communicating, those things, because people are going to want to talk to you because of what you do and who you are as a person, which is, you know, what led you to light work and spiritual work. That all comes into it. Now see, and that's why I say, like, for some of you one thing, for some of you another, because, you know, the way I see it is when the conversation card is here, like, the one they're all listening to, the one who's talking to, you know, the one that she's talking to, this is who you would presume to be the mother here. So you have the mother facing left, he left, scholar left. So like for the majority of you, 3 or 4, because merchant, you know, he's facing right. I sense that the majority of you are going to be stepping into light work. You're going to be stepping into maybe yoga. You're going to be just stepping into various forms of healing. Many, many, many of you. And that's what you're having to trust, you know, this leap of faith on. It's like supporting yourself through your you know, your true expressive life endeavors. And then, you know, there are some of you who are, you know, scholars still applying, are definitely going to be dabbling in the financial realm of things. I don't know. Oh, that's so weird. Like Bitcoin, Litecoin. Like, so yeah, some of y'all smart old Libras are really just going to be getting into investing. Oh, investing. That's what y'all are smart. Yes. Okay. That's what that is, because I'm like, I can't put my finger on it. Like, how does that, what? Finance, boo. No, and for those of you who may be going into that line of work, so wonderful, so fine. Disregard, you know, that comment previous. But no, a lot of you are investing, and this is just about you setting your sights on what you're going to invest in, all right, and getting out of a certain line of monotonous work, things that are bringing you unhappiness. I see support from a partner. I see new opportunities coming in, because, you know, I did denote options here. Like, as the reading, you know, progressed, you started to get more of a story. To note that y'all have options as well, whereas this person may have in the past, and that was part of the problem. But literally, just in that sense, options, whatever. Because, you know, by the time this comes about, this is like somebody that you meet that kind of strikes you as like more than an option at that point. And as it preceded these cards here, I could only imagine that this person will be on your spiritual journey, like as your spiritual, creative, artistic journey. Or this could be what's bringing you this new and improved brew. Let's get one more. We're at 58. One more. Is this new love? Or is this someone who just like is coming back rewrapped and new? Well, we've got the sweetheart and the lover on the board. It's y'all. Take your love, Libra. Take your love, take your love, take your love, take your love. Oh wait, excuse me. Because not only do we have the lover and the sweetheart. Oh my God, Libras. Some of y'all have like just almost about given up on something. Turn around, look at all this. Found out you found somebody who listens to you, loves you. Girl. Where are we at? There we go. Fortuna. That's on the board. Like, but this was like literally like this is what had to happen, y'all. We just hit the hour. This is what had to happen for that. You're still kind of looking. Also, to be noted from that card, you're still kind of looking, but like, and when I say looking, I don't mean looking. I think you're, trying to scope. You're just filling things out and you're keeping things open, and that's what would bring you that potential Page of Cups, energy flowing in from the Messenger card. But that's what I got for y'all. Oh, we did have Yemanya in summation, golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you. Walk through them. Walk through them. Walk through them. Love you. Bye, Libra.